Hey there! Happy holidays, happy new year to everyone. Yeah, it's been a while. The Rona has kind of killed most of my plans. Yeah, I did not end up going to New York. I did not go on concerts. I did not actually get to go to Mera Luna. So, yeah, this year's been a bit quiet for content, so I am sorry about that. So, I thought I'd update on my transition progress. I am coming up for 6 months on hormones. Yay! Back in October, I had a letter come through saying, could I arrange a telephone appointment with the doctor to check all was good? And yeah, thanks to some admin fail, my request to move to a different date because I was working failed and it being called at work and meh. But that's admin for you. But thankfully got to reschedule it for a couple of weeks later, so that wasn't too bad. Then it was straight up to my GP surgery to get a blood test because they wanted my levels. Yeah, doctor basically said all is well, so that's good. Just making sure stuff was happening as it should, which I'll talk about in a moment. Also, I chased up with my GP at the time when I was up for the blood test about my speech referral. It turned out they were still arguing with the Royal Devon and Exeter. And speaking to a friend who works up there, he says the RDN doesn't actually do anything elective in their speech department. It is purely just urgent stuff only. So, yeah, so that was going to be a losing battle. But yeah, I spoke to the receptionist who set and put a request to be referred to Derriford. I then got a call from the GP a couple of days later to confirm whatever was going on. And yeah, my Derriford referral went through, and within literally about a week, I had a letter saying, "Can you do contact us for an appointment?" And mid December, I had my first speech therapy video appointment. So yeah, I'm going to do a separate video on that in probably a week or two's time. Might record it tomorrow actually, but it'll be up for you in a week or two's time. That's the admin side of my transition to date. So I've now been on hormones for 6 months. I've noticed a few changes so far, some of which are subtle and some of which are less subtle, shall we say. Main one I've noticed is my boobs are growing a bit. They are extremely tender, and I get an occasional ache. By tender, just have to touch, and it's like ow. So lie on the wrong way in bed or something like that, and yeah, if you're going to start hormones, be very prepared for that. It can be quite annoying, but progress is progress, and the aches and stuff mean it's growing. So that's yeah. Also, my skin is less oily, so that's actually a good thing because I used to have really greasy skin. And yeah, there's been a couple of other changes, sort of subtly, that I won't talk about here, but yeah, it does weird things to your libido and stuff. So yeah, I kind of knew it would do, but it's still yeah. You don't realize quite how stuff like that is related to your hormone levels, and yeah, it is a strange times, but hey. So, while my body is changing shape, I'll admit I've scaled back my fashiony stuff a bit. Mostly sticking to basics like baggy tops and stuff. It may seem sort of counterintuitive, but while everything sort of till everything settles down, I don't really want to make any sort of clothing investments. A strange time for someone who is very into her fashion, but I know that it'll be worth it in the end. So yeah, I just have to wait it out and let's say be a bit baggy tops and jeans for a while, just to while everything settles, and then I can start wearing stuff that suits me when I've actually rather than just buy something and find it no longer fits because my boobs have grown or my bum's grown or stuff like that. And then just before Christmas, I got a little surprise. I got a text from the chemist saying your prescription's in. and I thought this is Brexit. They give me some stock early, but no, it wasn't. It was actually a half-size patch, which I have to wear now in addition to my normal one. So my dose has gone up. So I don't know who cleared that because the clinic letter says maintain at standard level, but my GP seems to increase it. I'm not sure what's going on there. I need to find out once sort of everything opens up again. Some less good news though. I found out in mid-November that our office is closing at the end of March. We've lost our contract and it's been going to Wales. We're not sure what's going on with that at the moment. We're waiting to see if they're going to offer us to do either work from home but if they require relocation, then I've got a feeling it's going to be redundancy for us because new office would be in Snowdonia, which is like really small, very, very Welsh. I get the feeling it's a bilingual place, so they actually require Welsh speaking as well, which I don't speak Welsh. Um, so yeah, its future is going to be quite uncertain for me at the moment, and more a little scary. I've been working where I have been for too long. I was kind of trying to stick it out for transition, thinking based on what a few friends have been through before, that would be about 3 years. But it turned out to be 5 years before you even start on everything. Yeah, I seem to have hit everything at the wrong time with Corona and delays. So yeah, future for me is quite uncertain. I'm not sure what I want to do in future. I definitely don't want to do another call center job. Um, I've had enough. I was only just really sticking out because I knew they would support me through transition, and I could potentially have done work from home or stuff when less mobile. But yeah, it's scary news. So I need to get the CV brushed up. I got to wait it out until April. I can't do anything before then, as that is, if they are going to make us redundant, then there will be a payout. But if I go before that date, then I get nothing. So it is a case of hold out, get the money, and then take my chances on the job market. It seems it's I am still a little worried. I'm fairly stable financially now. Yeah, cleared my debts in 2018. So yeah, I can ride it out for a while, but I'm still quite scared of what's going to happen. So my plans for 2021. At the moment, my next sort of big thing is my trip to New York, which was rescheduled from last year. Airline have moved it to end of April, beginning of May. I got a feeling it's going to be delayed further because the corona situation isn't improving either here or in the States. So yeah, I'm just going to wait and see what the airline says nearer the time. I haven't booked any accommodation or anything yet because I wouldn't be covered if I book now. It is just a case of keep fingers crossed. It'll go ahead at some point. One of my 2020 goals was to see more of my friends, but for obvious reasons that didn't happen. But hopefully this year that might be able to happen now. It's weird for someone who is normally very huggy, very sort of bouncy. Um, it's been a very tough year. I just want to see my friends and actually, without being like 2 meters away and stuff. I kind of was hoping that if it'd be a short term pain and get sorted fairly quickly, but yeah, the handling of everything is just it's not going to be anytime soon. Something else I'm going to do is I'm going to step back a bit from the gig and tour life. Most of my travel in the last few years has been band related, and I would like some more chill trips. I'd like something a bit more flexible as well with regards to dates. Um, so yeah, um, I would just like to have a sort of chilled trip rather than just be following a band as such. But yeah, I will come back to it in the future. I just need a break, and an actual travelling break, not a enforced stay-at-home break. So one of my goals is, well, travel more, and I've been saving for a Japan trip, and yeah, I'm aiming for 2022. Hopefully it's going to happen. To be honest, the more I save, the more longer the trip could potentially be. Um, Providing the job situation gets sorted and I don't have to raid those funds. But yeah, I kind of want to go to a few more places. Not just Germany, which I've been to for. This is the first year I've not been to Germany since 2012. So, or last year was, I should say. So yeah, I just want to be a bit more varied in travel places. I also want to be a bit more creative. I'm trying Twitch streaming out. I did actually start doing DJ sets a bit over the summer, but yeah, they kind of DCMA and stuff and clamped down on music because the record industry noticed people were streaming stuff on Twitch because the clubs and venues were shut, and so demanded, "Oi, give us all the money." I had to stop that, but I've been streaming a bit of retro and indie game stuff. I am quite a big gamer, so I like my retro indie stuff. Yeah, it's been a good learning experience. Creating content live is a lot more difficult than YouTube. You can't really go back and edit stuff, so you've got to try and be chirpy and stuff. But I picked up a couple of bits to help me with that. I've got a new microphone, which I'm hopefully, if I've got the setup right, is going to be better sound quality in these videos. And yeah, I'm sort of investing in a little bit, a few things to try and get my creative side going again. This year's been a bit of a washout and that sort of thing. Yeah, I sort of want to do more, but do more with my channel, do more with the sort of streaming stuff. So yeah, it's also given me a bit of thought about online identities and stuff. I actually stream under Neko Diva because trans people have cat ears, so therefore I figured I'm a diva. I have cat ears. Not in today, you can't see them, but they're there, believe me. And yeah, I just wanted to. What I kind of wanted to say during that blah bit where my brain just crashed was that I'm giving thought to rebranding most of my online profiles from away from Harlequin. I've had the ID for about 15, 16 years now, and I just don't think it quite matches who I am now. So, yeah, I'm trying to decide what to do. I'm pondering where to go in Neko Diva as I use that for Twitch, but I don't know at the moment where I am. I'm still probably finding myself somewhat as, yeah, transition does that to you. Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled video. But yeah, I sort of want to get creating and stuff again. I really enjoy doing it, but just certain things and confidence just took a hit, and I just felt really uncomfortable in front of the camera. So hopefully, getting things back again. It will help with a few other things, which I'll probably explain a bit more in the next video. But yeah, I'm being encouraged to do a bit more in the name of content creating. And so that's about it for today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed the little update. As I say, I wish there could have been a bit more news, a bit more regular updates, but yeah, I think they'll come. Things are moving with transition and stuff, so it's no longer just waiting. And as long as the Rona gets dealt with soonish and we can start traveling again and doing stuff, because last year was my first gigless year in 20 years. I started going gigs in 2000. Okay, so the first gig this year since 1999. Okay, that's a scary thought. I'm going to leave it there and wish you all a good new year. And we'll catch you in the next video, probably in a couple of weeks. So, bye.